going on, guys? Welcome back. Today we took an amazing position on ES. Yeah, it was on ES. We took an amazing position on ES. Um, I really liked the data given to us. It was a no news Monday, so to be honest, I was not looking forward to take a trade, and this trade was amazing. It was great. It played out beautifully. Um, but yeah, I mean, I do like the fact that I reacted. This is probably a trade highlight of the month because I like the fact that I reacted to the data that was given to me. A lot of you guys will tend to trade by what you want to see so hard headed. Henceforth being the reason why you guys don't see any results, or you guys don't see any profitability, or you try it and then it goes wrong, and then you go and try to change your edge on the market when in reality you're just trading your own creative bullshit. So yeah, it was an amazing trade. I do want to run over it really quickly. So unfortunately, I was recording in the morning, right? But I record my mapping out, and then when I'm about to execute, I record that, right? And I don't know why I guess I didn't hit record or something. I don't know. The video of me executing and then taking profit didn't save, but I do have a video I took on my phone. So at the end of this video, I would just play that back for you all. But yeah, other than that, let's just get right into it. So as you can see, going into going into the daily. Well, we'll start on the 4 hour actually, but I'll select right there. So going into the 4 hour, as you can see here, price has no true sense of direction, right? As you can see, price is just right now doing what This is unfavorable price action. You don't know what to expect, right? I was expecting for I was expecting for on the 4 hour. You can see we had this huge displacement move down, broke structure, displaced lower, created this huge imbalance. So, but my what I'm thinking here is, okay, if price wants to sell off, like I here I have no true sense of direction. The only thing I have is, okay, we displaced lower, right? We took out sell side. We as of right now, we were not holding SMTs. This is from later on in PM session. I was gonna take a trade. I did not end up taking a trade, right? Uh, but here, let me map this out. But we were not holding any sorts of higher time frame SMT is what I'm trying to say, or anything of that sort that would confluence a trade, right? Up here we did have this SMT put into play after displacement, which is fine if you want to use this, but in my opinion, this SMT has done its job already. It liquidity swept, did what it had to do, and displaced lower, right? But you can use it just if it makes you feel safer, if it makes you sleep better at night, right? So yeah. So I had this mapped out just in case. Whatever, we had a market structure shift, displaced lower, imbalance. Okay, there's not really much anything that we have on the 4 hour. So going down to the 1 hour. So as you can see on the 1 hour, we did have this imbalance that we were in. We had this imbalance, and we also had inverse this FEG. Correct? We inversed that FEG. We had this on the 4 hour. This was a doji candle, this huge doji candle. Meaning price is undecisive. So I mapped out sell side, the places where we had sell side resting. Whatever. We were in this imbalance, as you can see on this 1 hour imbalance. You know, what I used to confluence this trade, guys, it was honestly the lower time frames. So I started to check. Okay, is where's give me a sec. Okay, yeah. So where is my London? My London and why do I have this one's this fucking ass? Okay, so what I had to confluence this trade is okay. I mapped out my London and my London high, London low, because they London high and London low. Previous sessions act as draw on liquidity, as draw on liquidity, as draws on liquidity. Yeah, they act as draws on liquidity. Sorry, it's a tongue twister, right? So yeah, I basically said, okay, since I don't have enough data to have enough conviction to enter a position, I'm still either I'm ish. My bias is ish. Yes, we swept sell side, we displaced lower, but I don't know if price wants to rebalance higher. I don't know if price wants to go up to here. You know, rebalance this on the higher time frames. I don't know, right? So all I know is what the lower time frames are giving me, correct? So, based on this, right? You can see, let me just give you a sec. So based on this, I told myself, and this is honestly the way everybody should be trading. If you're a new trader, if this is the way you should be trading. You almost as if price has it to prove itself to you, Don't you have to wait until I'm sorry, until price proves itself to you. So what do we do? Let me map on New York. Okay, so we're just in this area, right? Whatever, doing whatever. Okay, great. So now, at this point in time, this is right 8:55. Okay, so we don't have really much movement. Um, but the thing I saw was that on NQ we ended up sweeping this buy side, right? And I was thinking to myself, and this is where being reactive comes in. I was thinking to myself, okay, well, if we took out internal buy side, right? If we took out this buy side, because we were SMTing at this time right now in price, we had an SMT. ES had not swept a significant lower time frame high, so we were now SMTing. So at this point, give me a sec. At this point, I'm thinking, if price swept this high, right? This lower high, I was honestly expecting for price to just come take this. I was like, that's not too far. I do expect this to get took. I do expect this to get, ran through. We do have a 2-minute imbalance there as well. But this is where being reactive comes into play. I told myself, if price does not inverse a fair value gap and give me a clear entry, I remember I thought I was recording, and I told myself, if price does not give me a fair entry, meaning a clear entry on the higher time frame, I'll show you where I exactly I was thinking that, because there was confluence for me. There was conviction in my thinking at that time, which it played out beautifully. I told myself, I will enter, right? But I do want to go over the fact that, I could have been so hell-bent on price taking out this significant high, right? I could have been so hell-bent on it, and I wouldn't have, I could have told myself, no, you're not trading if either this nor this gets taken out, right? Right? So what I'm trying to say is, I could have missed out on the beautiful opportunity today to take the short that I took. I could have missed out on that. Why? Because at the end of the day, it's ego talking and me wanting to see this get took, right? Price is an algorithm. Price knows what it wants to do when it wants to do it, right? It's just up to us to find where price wants to go and execute to position ourselves, right? So that is why I put my ego down and I said, okay, so we do have this internal buy side swept. We have SMTs. I can at least be confident in this setup playing out to one of these, you know, one of these sell, at least to this sell side, right? So that's kind of my thought process behind this. I was like, okay, if this ends up inversing a fair value gap, giving exactly the model a fair value gap and then a rebalance, I will put my Fibonacci level and let the fib do its thing, right? So that's kind of my thinking behind this right here. So yeah, let me see this on the. We can even go to the 1 minute here so y'all can see it better. So okay, on the 1 minute, as you can see, we get this huge, you know, candle down. We get this huge candle down. As you can see, we have not taken sell side. I think, yeah, we didn't end up SMT, and this ended up getting ran through right after, right? So on the 1 minute, as you can see, we inverse this fair value gap, and this is the beauty of waiting for price to prove itself to you. You know, this is what I say. You know, I at this point, because of this price action, because I waited for price to prove itself to me, because I know we hadn't taken out the significant high, so I waited for price to give me the best entry I could possibly get. So at this point, 2 minute right here. At this point, we displace below these lows, as you can see. This is market structure shift. We displace below those lows, meaning I know the draw is lower, probably on the higher time frame. I don't know, but based on this right here, I know the draw is lower, correct? Yes. Okay. So we market structure shift this, and as you can see, we inverse all the this imbalance as well on the 2 minute. We inverse that. Do we have any more? Yes, we inverse this. Yeah, so we inverse those imbalances. So now I'm certain that the draw, because of this market structure shift with displacement, I know that the draw might be this low, right? So map out sell side right here. Okay, so at this point, I'm thinking, got it. At this point, I'm thinking, okay, so now we just wait for a rebalance. And, you know, this is where your trading psychology comes into play, because if I would have entered this trade purely off the fact that I was scared of missing out, if I would have entered this trade purely off of that fact, I would have absolutely gotten shitted on. And this is what I mean, guys. You have to let price prove itself to you. Price is completely fractal. It's beautiful how price, you know, what price can do for you once you let it, right? Once you let it prove itself to you, you'll start to see the opportunity there. Everywhere. It's crazy. Trust me. Let price prove itself to let price prove itself to you for at least, try this, guys, for at least 2 weeks in your trading career, and you'll see the difference. You know, just wait. If you're going to take a trade, wait. You know, wait and tell yourself, okay, the same thing I did, you know, I'm not going to take this trade unless we get this. And again, at the end of the day, that could be the ego talking too, right? That could be the ego saying, no. But personally, for me, that's the action I take when I'm having days like this, right? I'm saying do it in favor of market conditions, right? Just because we were in this area, that's why I wanted to wait for that extra confluence and that extra safety. So right here, you'll see. You can see we're still going lower. We ended up taking this low on ES as well. Let me see. I mean on NQ as well. We ended up taking this low. So right now we're not putting SMTs to go higher. So at this moment, I'm waiting for a rebalance, right? I'm just waiting for a rebalance. I'm waiting for that rebalance into this 2-minute fair value gap. As you can see, equilibrium of the range as well. I'm just waiting for a rebalance. All right, we have the same fair value gap here. So I put my limit order above this wick. I remember I put my limit order above this wick and said, okay, well, let's just wait for price to retrace, right? Because if we're certain this is a draw, we have not taken this out on NQ or on ES. So I was waiting for a rebalance at this point, as you can see. So what do we start? Okay, so here, this is where things start to get amazing. So as you can see, we were just expanding lower, and at this point, I was honestly just like, okay, well, if price doesn't come back and execute me, it's fine. Like capital preservation comes first, right? I'm glad we didn't end up taking a trade. You know, it's amazing. You know, to not take a trade is knowing that you can trust yourself. So at this point in time, I'm just waiting for a rebalance because now I'm certain that the draw is probably this London low because we've displaced lower, right? We didn't end up taking it over here, and we've displaced lower on the 5 minute as well. Market structure shift, as you can see, displaced lower, and we left behind this imbalance, and also there's inverses here on the lower time frames, right? So this is my protected high until this or something down here gets took, right? So as you can see, I'm still waiting for a rebalance. We have not taken it here. I'm still waiting for that rebalance. Now we did. So now there's no, I'm glad that we aren't SMTing off of this area because price could have honestly just used this as an internal liquidity sweep. Mind you, this is a 15-minute imbalance, which we were in, right? Price could have just used that as a liquidity sweep, then gone higher, manipulated, and stopped everybody out, right? Because I saw everybody taking this short. And I'm glad a lot of people ended up finding this setup. But yeah, I was also just being very careful, you know. So at this point in time, we're not doing SMT, so I know the draw. We didn't put in SMT, so I know the draw is lower. So I'm confident. Like I said, then I scale into the 15-minute. Now on the 15-minute on, where is it? On ES, we have this imbalance that aligns with the 5-minute, right? So I told myself, okay, we've displaced lower on the higher time frame. You'll see right here we close. Okay, this is the candle that I got executed on. So we ended up closing below this 15-minute imbalance. So now I'm certain that the draw is lower. Okay, I was certain that I was gonna, no, I wasn't too sure because sometimes price does leave without you. I'm not gonna say in most cases it does end up rebalancing, but there's those times where price just is an ass and leaves. But I was pretty confident in getting that rebalance just because of how clean this was all looking to me as we started going lower, right? No, we're not SMTing to go higher. We still have the same amount of sell side. We have London low resting below us, which price is more than likely gonna take out. We now inverse this FEG, mind you, because this is the one that closed. This candle closed, then I got filled, and the move was fucking quick. I almost shit my pants in how quick of a rebalance that was. I honestly thought this was just after it filled me. Literally, my stop loss was right above this high. Or if I'm not mistaken, right above this high. It was one of these highs. I honestly shit my pants. But like I said, if it were to stop me out, We just reposition ourselves, right? But the beauty of how fractal price really is actually fucking insane. This model is crazy. So as you can see, next 15-minute candle, price just completely just fucking fills my order and just absolutely dumps. At this point in time, I have my fib level. I think I took off I took 3 contracts on this. I think I took off all my positions here because of my fib level. Give me a sec. Let me map that out for you guys. Right here. So yeah, I took off all my positions here at this London low, and as you can see, it played out beautifully. It's amazing what price does, right? Now, I'm I have no words. I have no words. But this is how you guys should be trading. You know, price. I could have easily, honestly, when you trade like this, it's so much better because you're more confident in price, in not moving, and taking your full positions and taking what you need to be taking, and in taking and gaining confidence in overall in the market. From now on, when market conditions are asked like this, I stopped applying this, letting price prove itself to me. um I haven't done this maybe in a while because I usually just execute off the inversion, right? But I said, hey, it never hurts. So from now on, when market conditions are shit like this, I'm gonna start implementing this in my system. And this is just how me personally, how I'm going to execute when conditions are asked from now on, because I price is fractal, right? Price is fractal. Price, you know, it's beautiful. I'm out of words for it. I'm sorry. I'm just out of words for it. Um, but yeah, I mean, the beauty of trading, right? The beauty. It's actually beautiful. It's actually beautiful. And as you can see, I mean, if you guys took a position here and after this inverse, and you were at this point in time right here, you went green for like, you were green, and then price probably ended up stopping you out because most of you probably had your stop losses here, right? So you just need to be very, very considerate about how you're positioning yourself, especially on these days, because I'm sure a lot of people got fucked here. Prices probably turtle soup the fuck out of them, right? So yeah, guys, just be very careful when price action is like this, and I'm hoping that I added value and you guys kind of understand what I was trying to get, the point I was trying to get across, right? But yeah, forgive me for not posting recently. Like I said, I've been I think I mentioned it in the other video. I've been a little bit sick, but we're already better now. Um, but yeah, I mean, don't trade with emotion, guys. This is what I'm trying to say. This was a beautiful rebalance. This is uh honestly, in price action like this is exactly what you would want to see price do. Rebalance quick like this, then feel you reject. It's a trade highlight. It's a trade highlight. It's, for at least for me, this is probably, in these conditions, it's honestly a trade highlight. So I'm gonna start implementing in my system, in my own system. You guys, obviously, you trade by however you want to trade. In my own system, I'm going to start implementing that, this rule where price has to prove itself to me in order to take a position. And once it does prove itself to me, I will be willing to take that with 3 contracts, even in unfavorable conditions, right? So yeah, I'll go ahead and play. It's a little clip. It's not too. It's not too. It's not too. I don't know if my screen was paused because it said. Forgive me if it was. I'll check it right now. But what was I saying? Oh, that the video's not too long, but it's just so you can see this play out, how it played out beautifully. I took off positions here. I had my fib level, as you all saw. The 4 level was right here. The -4 was right there. So yeah, beautiful trade overall. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope that you guys got something good out of this. And I'll catch you guys tomorrow trading live. So yeah.